The challenges of senior high school students in coping up with their subjects in Pinamukan National High School. Abstract. This research paper aimed to help the students regarding to the hindrances and challenges they encountered in their chosen field. It also discussed the different factors that contribute to their success and failure. The type of research used in this study was the descriptive research that made use of self-developed survey questionnaire checklist as the main instrument on gathering the data. Researchers recommend that students really need to enhance their way of coping up to the challenges they face. They must focus on their studies and manage their time wisely. Introduction. Accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory. Challenges are something new and difficult which requires great effort and determination. Accept the fact that we have many challenges to encounter in our life. We must be strong enough and we must have huge dedication on what we are doing. Obama states, 2 in 3 jobs require higher education. 2012. Senior high school may be the stepping stone to real life, but there are too many challenges against the students. Many senior high school students end up in financial trouble due to being unprepared. Some students often do not have the right study skills going into senior high school because they are experiencing challenges in home, family relationship, and the financial status that really hurt them. Some student is often not emotionally ready for senior high school and struggle with the transition. Research questions. Number 1. What is the demographic profile of the students in terms of 1.1 age, 1.2 gender, and 1.3 parental status? Number 2. Why do some senior high school students are not able to comply with their assigned tasks in their in terms of 2.1 time management, 2.2 study habits, 2.3 sickness, and 2.4 assignments and projects? Number 3. What are the factors that contribute students' failure? Number 4. Or what are the factors that contribute to students' success? Number 5. What are the solutions to the identified problems? Methodology. The type of research used in this study was the descriptive research that made use of questionnaire checklist as the main instrument in gathering the data. There were 2 groups of respondents in the study, the grade 12 STEM students and also grade 12 TVL students. The student respondents were selected randomly based on their credibility to answer the given questions. The research employed statistical treatment, the percentage distribution that is used in interpreting and tabulating the data. Findings. Number 1. Most of the student respondents were at age of 17. There were more female student respondents compared to male respondents, and majority were living in a complete family. Number 2. Managing time wisely and correctly was merely an important thing because it contributes on every aspect of students' learning relating to their subjects they take. Acquiring good study habits was truly a big help because it allows student to be able to attain much higher grades, be better understanding, and be knowledgeable enough in the near future. Sickness factor. When studying is truly a hindrance to the students because it interrupts their studies that have a huge impact on their grades regarding their subjects. Number 3. Factors that affect the student's failure. The most dominant challenges were the sickness factor, parental guidance and completing requirement. Number 4. Factors that affect and contribute the success of students. It was identified that almost of the respondents were managing their time wisely and they possess good study habits, which help them to cope up to the challenges on their study and achieve better grades and be successful. Number 5. Researchers find out that the student respondents must have different type of challenges that affect their failures and success. Conclusions. Number 1. Lack of time management also influenced the students in relation to their studies. Regarding this, the skills in managing schedules were identified as a big interference to the respondents. Number 2. Sickness factor plays a huge role on the students concerning their studies. The researchers identified that there was a high percentage of the total number of student respondents suffered or having an illness that was considered as a big and problematic dilemma for students. Number 3. The lack of parental guidance pushes the students to prioritize other things than their studies. Living without complete family is a huge burden for the students, which destroy their focus on studying. Number 4. It was concluded that grade 12 senior high school students face different types of challenges in coping up with their subjects. The researchers determined that the sickness factor, time management, and parental status were the major cause on what kind of outcome does the students might have on their studies. Number 5. Grade 12 senior high school must still continue their studies with perseverance and courage. This reveals that the grade 12 students can be described as an effective learner if they show hardships in studying. Recommendations. Number 1. The students really need to enhance their way of coping up to the challenges they faced. They should not express weakness and indolence, otherwise they will not be successful to their subjects, even on their chosen careers. Number 2. The researchers will provide proper schedule to be followed by the student respondents for them to easily cope to their studies, and it was viewed in the appendices of the study. Number 3. The parents must always fulfill their duty as the student's legal guardian. The necessities and desires of every student regarding their study must always be given, and granted whatever happens and whatever it takes. The parents should cook healthy foods more often, so the students must have a healthy body and mind also. In addition, they must set limits on their children's habit and other leisure activities aside from studying. Number 4. The researchers also suggest having different academic organizations and clubs only in senior high school that could help other students to cope up on the challenges they faced. They can also help in the collaboration of ideas, and build camaraderie to all senior high school students. Number 5. The students should accept the reality that they are still students that have the obligation to fulfill their duties as an effective learner for them to be prepared and build a great foundation for their goals and future. And that could be all. Thank you. The challenges of senior high school students in coping up with their subjects in Pinamukan National High School. Prepared by James Ryan Binario, John Lester Amicalalid, J. Rold Kim B. Aguilar, and Aaron Jake C. Almarez.